Peace and love, peace and love. This is Yari, and this video is about the Sun in Gemini transit. So, Sun is in Gemini. I'm extra excited because I'm a sun sign Gemini. So, my birthday is coming up, and the Sun being in Gemini is all about your communication, your learning. It's talking about your relationships with your siblings, your peers, people in your community, your neighbor. It's talking about everybody that's in close quarters of you, people that you've grown up with, people that you are still learning from. This is also your classmates and fellow students for people who are in school. And all of this is talking about how we learn from them, what we can learn from them, our dealings with books, with pen, paper, reading, really doing our research about things, and really looking at the polarity of things in life. The first few degrees, this is going to be talking about communication, and this is talking about fidelity and loyalty, okay, and allegiance. This is talking about our relationships with people and how we find the truth in our relationships with people, and really knowing what's the difference between somebody who's here for us and somebody who is not. And so Gemini gives a lot of credit to our intellect, because you have to be able to decipher and really be able to understand and communicate with different types of people, which is why Gemini is our 3-year-old sign who's learning, who's very curious, who's very inquisitive about everything. And so they want to know everything, so they ask questions all the time. But this is also what gets them further along. You want to ask questions. You want to make sure that you're going on that quest to really fill in the spaces of ignorance that we have sometimes. And that helps us to get further and further ahead and further out in life. This helps us get to our compensation. So this is all Gemini season is simply talking about your creativity, how you think. How do you get your point across? How do you say things? And wherever you have it at in your chart is really talking about those people, those situations, and those things, and in those places of your life, wherever it is, where we need to say something, we need to learn something, we need to take the time to think about it, we need to meditate on what we have learned, we need to take in and really find out that truth. And you want to understand that this is also challenging that Mars and Pisces, because Gemini and Pisces challenge each other, where you're actively using your intuition with Pisces and really trying to turn in and use the truth. With Gemini, you're putting light on the truth. You're putting light on those things, and you're learning to communicate for what you do see. Okay, and that goes back to that loyalty and that allegiance and the truth you're trying to find throughout your peers. And your tool is through what you say. This is email, this is text message, this is on the phone, this is the computer, this is social media. As we're all learning things, getting to know different people, because remember that Saturn is in Aquarius, and because it's retrograding, it's going backwards, success we need to go get, okay, and going through the crowd. That Sun in Gemini is giving you close attention to who it could actually be that could be a part of your ascending, and you going further, and you doing more for yourself and doing more for yourself. As far as a spiritual sense, and not just in a literal sense on paper, on a spiritual sense of dealing with the polarity of things and seeing that there's more than one way to do things, and there's more than one way to see things, that 3 plus 3 is 6, and also 1 plus 5, and so that there's the same message but different methods and different things in everything that we do, which is why Gemini is our nervous system, our input and our output of information, how we get the information and how we send it and send those impulses to the rest of our body for the rest of our body to respond. That how the rest of our body is going to relate to a certain subject, a person, a place, or a thing. And so this is how we know what we're into and what we're not into, what pleases the spirit and what doesn't. And everybody is different, so there's no right or wrong. This is all simply something that's from you and from your heart. And so Gemini is dealing with your sacral chakra, but Gemini is also dealing with your heart chakra. Your sacral chakra is people you relate to, things you relate to, things that you feel good, and things that help you at your root, okay, and help you as far as building at your foundation. But at your heart chakra, what do you have a strong desire for? What are your personal interests? Who do you share those interests with? Who do you like? What are the different subjects that you're into? That's an awesome time to really be flexible, because Gemini is a mutable sign. You can get into more than one thing at a time as far as your learning, and talk to more than one person at a time as far as your friends and your peers, and really add on to your network, okay, as far as things that you learn, things that you know, things that you want to expand on. You want to think about in the past 6 months, anywhere you had a plan, anywhere you had a goal, anywhere you may have gotten lost in the highway of life and you were on the side of the road, without your map. This is a time now to highlight people who can help you on the side of the road, people who can give you direction, people who can help to teach you. This is where you get to meet the genius, of your life, yourself, but other geniuses. So this is why you have to use your throat and use your words and use your mind and not be afraid of what people think, okay? Because the confusion is going to be in what other people are saying and what other people don't know and what other people don't understand, which can take a lot from what we're trying to do when we're worried about if other people are on the same path as us. You'll know by people who are in tune with you. You'll know by the things that you say and people who flock to you and are attracted to your posts or what you put on your website or things that you do in public on regular day-to-day interactions. You'll attract your tribe, so we don't have to worry about that. Anybody you don't have to pardon yourself around. Anybody you don't have to excuse yourself in your words and your way of thinking. Anyone you don't have to set up what you're about to say so you don't offend anybody. Be around people who are open, people who are willing to learn, and people who are as open as you so that there's no pardoning of the self. You don't want to violate your truth being around people and wasting your truth around people who lack understanding. All is well, you guys. Enjoy this Sun in Gemini. I know I definitely will because I'm a Gemini, and so I'm definitely going to be enjoying my birthday, and I definitely want to send love to all the gems out there to enjoy their birthday. Everybody enjoy this time. Peace and love to you, and enjoy your day.